Hi, my name is Teri Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and this is video 2 in our Christmas in July 2022 project. Lisa Fisher of Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling and I are running this collaboration, and what we're doing is a Christmas in July, obviously, in the year's 2022. Now, if you're part of the collaboration, please make sure that you use this hashtag when you're posting your videos, okay? So now this is what 20 pages of ephemera looks like when you get it all cut up. Now, first let me say this. There's a whole lot of these little buttons. And then we have these two long ones, 2 long Christmases, and then 2 long tags. Now, these are all the little words that I cut up. And not a whole lot of them seem to have anything to do with Christmas. Now, what this appears to be, now that I look at the kit closer, is like a Christmas / year-end kind of a reflection journal. So, I'm not sure how many of these words we're going to use. We may have to find some other Christmas words, if we want to use Christmas words. Or if we want to use words at all. Maybe we'll be silent. This is the thread that I've picked out because there's so much blue in here, and this seemed to match the most common blue that was in here, not the light blue gray. There wasn't enough of that to match, but the darker, these darker blues and greens seem to match that better. So that's the thread we're going to use. The Christmas charms came in. Yay! So we have all of our Christmas charms. So we'll set those to the side. Now, I've also got all these pockets. These are all pockets. Most of them have something on them. Quite a few. I would say it's about 50-50 or tan. And the other half have something on them. I was a little disappointed with this. This is a whole bunch of tan. We can do stuff with it. We've got a bunch of little stuff. But I had hoped... It can go in there. I had hoped there would be more that were not just these tan pages. So, looks like maybe I could have looked through here a little bit better. So, okay. So, we've got that. And we've got the pockets. We've got some of these bigger cards. I love this one. It's too small of a paper clip. I love this one. I'm not sure what we're going to do with him, but I sure love him. We're going to be using a vintage photo. I'm going to kind of brown it up a little bit, see if we can kind of age it a little bit more. And so these are our kind of, we have a couple little specialty cards in here, which I like. A couple of large ones. Really large ones. Okay, so this is what I do when I go through. And as I was cutting this up, I was sorting it. And so we have this many of these type things. Now my Scan and Cut did this. A bunch of this I had to draw around in a pencil, with a pencil, to get it to cut out because the borders were too light colored. But we're just going to ink over what you can see of the leftover pencil marks with vintage photo. I'm not going to go back and try to erase off of this kind of stuff. I love this one. This one barely came out, but it did. Of the little birds. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of this. I'm not big on the candy canes. I'm not really sure they fit, you know, the rest of the ephemera and what we're trying to do. The same with this big sucker. So I'm actually going to take these out and just say goodbye. and then we'll just use the rest. And this is what we can use on all of these. We'll see. And on the pages. And we're going to have a bunch left over. And that's just these. There's also a bunch of things about this size. I could subdivide this actually into two as well. This little postcard is cute. Anyway, so we've got things about this size. Except for that. Then we have things about that size. We have a couple more ticket strips. And then we have a bunch of things that are like the washies. The washies and the little things that we can use for tucks. Okay. So that's what we have there. Now I was looking through this and I was thinking, I was getting a little depressed because I was like, well, these are all just brown pages. Brown, 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 brown. What am I going to do with this? I almost changed kits. Just because, you know, personal life stuff. And then this just kind of didn't inspire me at first. And so I was getting ready to record all this over again. Then I got to looking through it and I realized that I had been a bit hasty. I think I'm going to use this as the cover image. This was the one that was the misprint, that the back was upside down. And so I cut this in half off of the full page. And I like this. It's got like a title. It's got some decoration. We can put some other decoration on it, maybe up here. And yeah, and we're going to use cream colored paper for the cover with the blue stitching. And then, so that's what we're going to do with that. I took 4 of the pages and I shrunk them down to 6x4 because they were those vertical pages that we weren't going to really be able to do anything with full-sized. So I've got these 4 pages, like especially this one. I really liked this page, but I couldn't use it. Then we've also got this self-reflection journaling prompts. So I thought that was kind of nice too. So we're going to use these as writing cards. And then we've got the writing pages, which are these. We've got our journaling pages, which of course we went through the kit, so I'm not going to go through that. This, I think, yeah, this is our booklet that we're going to put in the cover. I made some more coffee dyed paper, and this usually doesn't go over very well on the screen, but I used my spray on it. So it's got this like kind of like a sheen to it, or like that maybe it has frost on it. So I thought that's kind of cool. So we have some coffee dyed paper. We may not need it, but we've got it. There's a lot of paper in this kit. And then we've still got our vertical pages. This one is out. I'm not making a circus Christmas book. Maybe in half with decorations on it. I don't know. Right now it's out. For right now. These are the big versions of the ones I shrunk down. And I really like these pages, so I think we're going to cut pieces out of them and use pieces. And then here's all of our backing papers that we already went through. But I had to, whoopsie, somebody snuck in there. I had to reprint all these because the back of them was just awful. So if you want a kit of coffee dyed paper printables, then go to, oh, I know what it was. It's the front. One of the fronts of them is the writing paper that I used for the back. Go to Liana Scrap at Etsy. It's LIANASCRAP, all one word. And you will find a kit there. That's her coffee tag paper kit. And it's pretty good. Okay, so what we want to do right now is we're going to put some of this stuff to the side. Let's see. And I'm looking, I got something here off camera that I'm looking at. Yeah. Okay, move those completely out of the way. Oh, this is the box I decided to use to make the cover with. We're going to cover it, but still, I think it's kind of fun to use a shirt box with Santa on it to make a Christmas book. My dog's losing his mind. And so these are pages we're using. This is we're using, okay. And I did the same. Oh no, these two came with the kit. I'm going to put it with these because they're all about the same size. So this is what the process that you have to go through. You have to get everything sorted and you have to decide what you're going to do. And now we have to decide how big of a book are we going to make. We could make a large book. We don't have time to make a large book. So what we're going to do, it was this page. This page is out. So I wasted cream yellow ink, which is always at a premium. Those two pages are just out. We've got enough pages without them. So we've got some of these to fill in too. But these ones, there's not a whole lot of space to decorate. There is some though. So we need to figure out how big of a book do we want. I think I decided on 2 8-page signatures, and that will give us oh, that's 64. 2 6-page for 48. Yeah, 2 6-page plus whatever we add in and some and the side papers. So 6 of these. Right. Plus we have these writing papers. So let's go through. Okay. This almost seems like, I like this one even though it's darker. So we need 12. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through and decide yay or nay. This one's iffy. Can't get a hold of the papers. I apologize. This one's definitely a yay. This one's got a flutterby on it. Not really sure. See those little snowflakes and stuff. And a little Christmas butterfly. He must have got caught in the house. So I am going to go through here. So let's do this. Signature 1, signature 2. And let's just do it that way. We're getting too many of these kind of pages. Do you see where we're at already? So, plus I decided I didn't want, man, I really like this page though. I'll put something over it. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got a lot of pages here, so we're just gonna really like this one. Didn't I just see this one? Didn't I just see this one and say, oh, we'll just put something over that? Yes, I did. This is a duplicate. How did I get a duplicate? Well, we could use them as signature covers. And then we'll just cover the you know, one, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm going to put you on hold while I go through this. Otherwise, you're just going to sit here and watch me shuffle through papers. So I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to balance out these kind of pages with the big decorations on them with these kinds of pages and make it even. Or I'm going to take all of these out. We're going to use these and then these long pages to fill in between. So that's one of the two things that's going to happen. So I'm going to go through this and decide, and then I will come back and we'll take a look at the papers again. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So what I've come up with is 5 pages and a signature cover for 2 signatures, and then we've got these pages that we're going to use to make extra pockets if we don't need, if we need more than the ones that we've got, which we probably won't, but we can use belly bands and things like that. So I may have made it hard on myself, except for the fact that each of these on the back has this other paper that we can decorate. Oh, and 1 coffee dyed paper per signature. And so let's take a look at this signature here. I haven't put them in order. I just separated them. So we've got our signature cover, so we know where that's going to go. And also, when you fold these in half, now I use cardstock, and that's why mine creep out a little bit more than some other people's books in the center. I don't mind it. I just make a cover big enough to cover it. So this is going to be our cover, signature cover. But if you do mind it, you can do one of 2 things. When you've got them all folded in half and the ones in the middle are sticking out, you can take your roto cutter and you can cut it off. Now, you're going to lose part of the picture that way, though. Or you can put lace on the shorter ones to cover for the longer ones, but then you're going to have to turn around and put lace somewhere in the center as well, you know. So you can put lace on the signature covers to cover. There's a lot of things that you can do to cover up You know, this is the one that was darker on one side and a lot lighter on the other. Let's see if we've got one that's a little more, yeah, there we go. A little more consistent. I spray mine, and then I flip them over and I spray the other side. So, as you can tell, I live in an apartment, and I don't have room to batch dye them, and really nervous about putting them in the heater, or I mean in the oven. So now we've got this page, and it's got writing on the back. So let's look at what we've got here. We've got some colorful, yeah, down here. So let's do it this way. Let's do one of these, and then one of these, one of these, one of those, and then we can put this in the center so that it's in the center of our signature. So let's do that. And we'll put the other paper that's like this in burgundy in the center of the other one. Okay, so this is going to be the center, and this is going to be the next page. Now I am expecting a call, trying to get this filmed before that call comes. But if it does ring, then I will just put you guys on pause and take the call. I'm not sure exactly which time, what time. That's what I mean. Not that I knew I was going to get a call in 5 minutes and I was going to try to jam this in 5 minutes. I didn't mean that. We're going to have to go back and flip some of these pages backwards and fold them backwards. I'm magenta and proud again. Okay, so now when you look at it, you'll notice that all the brown pages are on the back side. Well, we can't have that. So you know what I mean? Because then we have nothing but brown. Brown, 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 brown. So let's take, let's keep this one out so we know what we want to do with that one. But anyway, I had to reprint them all to put this lighter colored coffee dye print on them. Let's turn this middle one backwards. Put it here, and then we'll put the coffee dye paper here, and then our center. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. We don't want to open our signature to this. So, I have a problem. All right. These were the writing pages, and I didn't use any of them because they're brown. I mean, we're going to have, I was trying to go for blue. And we're definitely not going to use these. Oh, come here. I'm going to substitute this paper for this one. This one has some interest on one side. Oh, for goodness sakes. I have such a mess off camera. You wouldn't believe it of me. He'd be like, Teri, this kind of mess? No way. Alright, so we're going to want to fold this one this way. Yeah, so we have something in here. We have our coffee dye, so now let's take a look what we got here. See, it's not going to be too bad. You see the center where it, because it can't go all the way in, every single page can't go in exactly the same. We can make it a little bit better. But it doesn't matter right now. So we got this, and then this. You see, this is all brown. This is what I was afraid of. Well, we're just going to have to decorate it. We're just going to have to put some belly bands and things in here. Okay, let's take a look at this one. I think our coffee dyed paper was our third page. Yep. So we've got our signature cover. There's our center. I did find two that were blue. Alright, so this is going to be our center. Why are some of these still dark on the back? Maybe that's what the deal is. That's what the deal is. These are still dark on the back. I printed out all the tall ones with the lighter color. Oh goodness. That's why these have the lighter color. Three, four, five, and the cover. Okay, it just seemed like there were more in this one. Okay, so now when we open the signature, we had one of these. Seems like there's an extra page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the signature cover. Okay. Okay, we got coffee dyed. That'll go nicely with this. So then have it open up to this. Is that right? I sure hope you can't hear that. That's my neighbor cursing a blue streak at his dog. Don't know how someone can curse at their pet like that. If you didn't want the pet, then you, why does it seem like we have more picture pages in this one? Alright, let's just do this, and then I will double check. This problem right here is a printing error. Do you see what I mean? I used too many of the same backing on all of them that didn't just look like paper, but you could tell it was an actual pattern. So what I should have done when I printed them on the back is I should have printed out half of these, put them back in through the printer, and printed the other half like this on the backs with some of these mixed in. So I basically did it backwards. All right. So now let's compare. I have a feeling we're going to find out this one's brown, a lot browner. Okay. It's an awful lot of brown at the beginning of the book, isn't it? Okay. We're just going to have to decorate. Where are our colored pages? Center. Okay. Having the same problem in this one. All right. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to go back and forth until you're happy with how the pages are. See now, this signature I like. This one, for some reason, it's just making me crazy. So, I don't know. I may have to print out some different papers for that, or I don't know what I'm going to do. So, there's one signature. Here's the other signature. Thing 1 and thing 2. Okay. Now, we've got quite a lot of pages to cover in each one. So we can't just do it by sticking these on the page. However, we can do that on one or two of the brown ones. We could just stick one in the middle. But I would rather, plus I have to ink all this, but I would rather, we've got quite a few pockets. We can decorate up these cards. I don't want to just put a pocket with a card on every page, though. This kit was meant to make a big giant book, which it most certainly would do. So let's take a look at some of our other papers that we have. These cards. We have our little book. Okay, so for right now, let's get out. Let me see if I've got one. How can I not have one? Alright, let's get out a small one. I used a lot of walnut stain. This brown's kind of dark. It's alright. It's all okay. So we're going to do the corners up pretty good, because we're going to kind of grungy it up, or age it, whichever. You know, before I ink it, so we can make a pocket out of it. Even though this is leaving that mark like that, I'm okay with that because we're going to cover it with paper. I just wanted to make sure to get these corners. Okay, so let's say we made a pocket envelope for each signature. I can't believe that I'm out of envelopes in my little envelope stash. Okay, so let's say we make one for each one. And then we, well, we need more stuff. I know that seems ridiculous, but we do. We need more stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and since we've built the signatures, we're going to make an envelope for each one, get out a business size cream colored envelope for each one, and then we will start taking a look at the pages and deciding what we want to put on them, and then that will tell us what else we need to get out, and then we can decorate what we make. Okay? Alright, I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.